Hey folks, welcome back to DCS. So the title obviously is a little clickbaity, not gonna lie. But if you've been following DCS news lately, then you'll have probably heard been some drama between Razbam and Eagle Dynamics. So we're flying the Mirage today because it's a Razbam. It's my favourite Razbam module. The drama is that Razbam are accusing Eagle Dynamics of having not paid them for, from what I've heard from Razbam employees, up to like 8 months plus. And Eagle Dynamics have responded saying that that is a lie. As consumers, we're left wondering which party is telling the truth, because we have no way to know. And it's giving quite a lot of people, including myself, some degree of anxiety about the future of the game. Now, because we don't have information sufficient to make an assessment, then I don't really want to take a side at the minute, but I do believe it would be business suicide for Razbam to have gone to this extreme if it weren't true in some capacity, because it logically just doesn't make sense to me for them to accuse Eagle Dynamics of something, because it would definitely mean an end to their business relationship if it wasn't true. Even if it is true, how are Eagle Dynamics now supposed to conduct a business relationship with Razbam when Razbam have accused them of like gross negligence, basically? Razbam obviously are a third-party developer of this sim, and Eagle Dynamics are the publisher. Razbam have pulled all support for their modules as a protest until the issue is resolved. I get the feeling that this isn't the first escalation, but I don't know what the first one was, because it was probably behind closed doors. It's an interesting situation, but obviously someone has to lose, and I think that no matter who it ends up being, will lose as consumers, as players of the sim. There'll be an element of loss for us as well. I don't know if just having dropped support means that these modules will never see an update again. My concern, if that's the case, is that if there's ever an update that leads to there being a bug with something, that bug will never be fixed. But I don't know how the inner workings of the sim work, because it might be that obviously Eagle Dynamics hold the licensing rights to everything, being the publisher. Maybe they'll take on any modules that aren't being supported anymore, because I know that the MiG-21 and the F5 weren't made by Eagle Dynamics, but they are now. I think the F5 definitely. Eagle Dynamics are now at the helm of changing stuff regarding that, because the developer has sort of been collapsed into Eagle Dynamics. Right, so anyway, radar's on. It did say there was a Harrier somewhere kind of in this direction, so we'll go and see if we can make him sad. I don't know how this sortie is going to go. I'm just going to upload it as a discussion piece regardless of the outcome, so it's all live commentary. I don't know what's going to happen any better than you do, so we'll just have to wait and see what happens. Yeah, I just don't know how it's going to affect the sim going forward, because Razbam name-dropped Heatblur in their, I don't know what you'd really call it. I don't know if it was technically an official announcement or not, given that it was... I mean, from my perspective, right, these two companies are far more significant than anything I've ever been a part of personally. But they're basically having a spat over Discord or Reddit, and that just seems absolutely wild to me. Like, I'm sure there must be a better way of doing this. And like I said before, I just can't understand why anyone would resort to that without a justifiable reason. Do I think that DCS is going to just disappear? No, I don't. I don't think the game is going to go under, but I do worry that Razbam might have set something going here where, if this is a problem that's faced by multiple third-party developers, as Razbam have suggested by bringing Heatblur into it, if they're harming their own business relationship with Eagle Dynamics, then perhaps they're doing that to try and garner support from the other third-party devs, and it might become a kind of mutiny, where if they have enough support, it'll be impossible for Eagle Dynamics to ignore them. Obviously, they've already removed their technical support by refusing to update the modules. It just seems like quite a negative position for everybody to be in. And even if Razbam achieve the resolution that they're aiming for, which I assume is to get paid for the last 8 months of work, but who knows what the legality of that is. Like maybe Eagle Dynamics denied them that payment for a justifiable reason. Like in Eagle Dynamics' statement, there was some talk of them having breached contract or something. There's rumours going around that Razbam have sold software that Eagle Dynamics actually hold the rights for, which kind of tracks, because with Razbam name dropping Heatblur, we know that Heatblur released the Tomcat Microsoft Flight Simulator, so it does make sense that Heatblur would have some experience in that field, having probably had to go through some channels with Eagle Dynamics to have allowed that to happen prior. But it's just speculation at this point. But Razbam's employees, which I don't believe there are that many of, have been quite vocal about it online. There's lots of screenshots about on Reddit of what they've said. Part of the conversations actually happened on Reddit itself, so you can probably go and find those threads on Hoggit if you go and look. It sounds like Razbam are sort of shutting down, at least in some capacity. I fucking hate Hawk sites. I think the biggest concern for a lot of people is that the Strike Eagle is still in early access. It's in a very definitively unfinished state, and what's going to happen to it if Razbam's development team are quitting one at a time? Razbam and Eagle Dynamics' working relationship is almost certainly dead now, regardless of what the outcome of this whole thing is. Will Razbam even exist at the other side of this? Will the developers defect and join another studio? Will those projects be carried over or sold to those studios and the development team continue? I just don't know how it's going to work. Like, I'm just completely spitballing here. I have no idea. I'm self-employed in real life because all this corporate bullshit, I fucking hate it. If I'm my own boss, then I can avoid all of this corporate legal fidgety bollocks, because it's just a headache, but everything sounds like a giant mess. So we're flying the Mirage because who knows what it might look like a year from now. I'll probably visit the MiG-19 at some point this week as well, since that's another Razbam module. I do actually have the Strike Eagle, but I'm not really that into the idea of flying more modern stuff. It just doesn't really appeal to me that much, and although it is available on this server, I'm more of a air-to-air combat kind of guy than, air to ground. 132 to 143, 30 miles on the deck, so 32 miles was the thing. We'll reduce the range, and they were like 140. Let's have a see if we can spot anything. Are we in cons? Yes, we are. What are you? Not getting an ID, which is interesting. It's jamming me. I might be too far away. 137.24, 3000. It could be the Viggen. Although 0.7 mark sounds a little slow for 509 knots on the deck. Oh, it's the Harrier, yeah. Well, that's unlock him because he doesn't have much range potential. I think this might be the Viggen. Yeah. I'm gonna keep him locked in TWS because I'll never get. He might have been launched on by. That's interesting. I think he might have just been killed. Yeah. That's the Harrier, which may also be about to get killed. Well, that was easy. Now, A10's afoot. 124. Let's deal with him first. So 23 miles, 3,000 feet, 124. He's probably going to get killed by that flanker that's knocking around and killed one of those other guys. Yeah, flankers that. That'll be the flanker on radar, I bet. Oh god, lag. What's he being shot at by? He's been engaged by, that'll be a friendly that the Magic Seeker's found. Friendly that's probably about to, yeah, royally shit on this A10. Yeah, there he goes. Okay. Well, we've been launched on by a Hawk from Tiyas, so let's go the other way. Oh, Hornet 30,000 feet. Is that what Taff's finding for me? I think it is. Yeah, almost certainly. He's diving. Find him, please, radar. He's at Mach 1.3. That's mental for a Hornet. It's because he's just dived out of orbit, I think. 263 for 30 on the deck. 243 for 33 at 35,000. I think that one might be dead because his speed's very low. So we'll go for the guy. Yeah, up high. He's slow as well, though. Not sure what this is, but there is something there that I can see on RWR, so he's actually hot on me. That's a Hornet as well, yeah. He's faster than me. And much higher than me. And he's fired on me. So we'll return fire in kind. He's engaging someone else, so let's go and have a go at him. Assume that he's dead. Yeah. We're on 3. Still have both our magics left. Fuel's getting a little bit low though. Climb a bit and bring the throttle down to conserve it. Head for hammer. We've not got a long way to go at all, so we can afford to let the fuel go all the way down to like 200 or so. Hornet's the closest at 225. Is this? This is him, I think. Well, he's definitely flanking or cold if I'm getting a IR lock at 18 miles. That's mental. 1.1, that's definitely got to be a Hornet. 17 miles, we'll see what the next report says. 16 miles, yeah, it's definitely him. 7,000 feet. He's a little bit lower than that, but could just be that he's diving. And he's just being shot at. And he's dead. Well, we might have to call it at 3. I don't know if we're going to get more than that with the fuel we've got left. We'll go for a landing. Well, it looks clear. taxi behind that flanker. So let me know what your take on this whole debacle with Razbam Eagle Dynamics is. Would be interested to hear some more discussion. Look how utterly ginormous the flanker is. It's an absolute beast. It makes the Mirage look like a baby. Until you've seen a flanker in real life, you honestly can't overstate how fucking enormous they are. But yes, I hope you enjoyed the video, folks. Got a bit of a mix of footage, not too much complicatedness in terms of the combat, but it was more of a discussion piece anyway. So let me know your take, predictions for the future. I haven't checked Reddit today since I finished work, so I'm actually not sure if there's been any developments yet, but don't know what to expect. Slightly anxious as someone that makes some amount of money out of this sim. It would affect me financially if it stopped existing. So there's a second layer in there for me, which is, it wouldn't really be life-changing, but it, you know, I wouldn't be able to buy chocolate or takeaways quite so often, and I'd have to buy all the modules myself instead of it being funded through. Well, if I wouldn't, because the game wouldn't exist. See this? I'm not even really contemplating the far-reaching nature of this if it does go south. It's a trying time. I'm going to call it there for today. So I hope you enjoyed, folks. Thanks a lot for watching, and I'll see you in the next one. Cheers.